Hey guys and gals, Mama Bear here with a daily dash of life. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to send you a very big welcome. And if you're one of my 12-gallon cup drinkers, welcome back. Today I'm making menudo. We've had a lot of below freezing weather and I just thought it was the perfect time to make it. It's in the middle of winter, so why not? And menudo is one of those dishes, just like my beans, I can eat bowl after bowl after bowl and I won't stop until it's all gone. So don't make any menudo around me because I'll eat all your menudo. The 5 ingredients I will be using today are going to be my honeycomb tripe, which can be labeled beef scaled tripe or beef tripe or even menudo de res. De res. I will also be using 6 to 8 ounces of the Fiesta brand menudo mix. It is the only premix that I like. It can be bought in a tall 16-ounce container or 2-ounce packages. Now I always use 3 2-ounce packages for this particular pot that I'm using because the flavor of the juice is my priority. The meat will get flavored along with the juice, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm using a 1 pound 14-ounce can or a 32-ounce can of hominy. I typically use the white hominy, but I had golden hominy with me, so that's what I'm using today. And you don't have to rinse it, but I do just because I want a cleaner menudo. You will also be using your salt to taste and water. So that's your tripe, your hominy, your menudo mix, water, and salt. 5 ingredients. That's it. I do use salt to taste, but I've never measured. I just add my salt, and then when the meat has been cooked, I start taste testing and then add the salt as I need it. Again, I always use 3 of my 2-ounce packages for my menudo, but today I am actually using 8 ounces instead of a total of 6, just to add some extra kick. So I'm gonna add my water to the pot. I'm gonna fill it as much as I can. Just remember that water will evaporate, but you also have to put your hominy and your meat in it so the water will rise at that time. So just kind of eyeball it. I'm gonna begin prepping my tripe by cutting it into 1-inch chunks. And if you happen to come across any fatty areas, go ahead and get rid of as much fat as possible before adding it to your pot. The more fat, the greasier the juice, which is exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Once I'm done cutting up all of my tripe and my water is hot, I'm going to salt the water and then I'm just going to dump all of my tripe into the pot. I will be cooking the menudo in 3 simple steps. Step 1, cover the pot and get the water to a boil. Once the water's boiling, turn down your heat and get it to a low boil. If you leave it covered and continue to let it be at a high boil, then your water's gonna splash everywhere, it will overflow, and that won't be good. In total, your menudo is gonna be cooking for 3 hours, but your first step is to cook your tripe for 1 hour. When your hour is done, you're going to begin scraping off all of the fat from the top. I like to get all of my fat and scrape it into a disposable container, one that I won't be using anymore, and then I put the lid on it and add it to the freezer. It makes it easier for you to get rid of the grease and the oils that you gather once you put it in the freezer and it's actually frozen, because then you're not throwing out this liquid, and you definitely don't want to be throwing that in the sink. When you're satisfied with all of the fat that you've scraped off of the top, then you're ready to start step 2, which is to add your menudo mix to the pot and blend it really well. Then I'm gonna set the timer for 1 hour. Remember to keep it at a low boil with the lid on. When the lid is off, it's easy to go from no boil at all with the lid off, and then when you put the lid on, it goes to a fast boil really quick. So keep an eye on it. When the hour is up, I'm gonna do a taste test to determine whether I need more salt or not. Then I'm gonna add my hominy in and let it sit on a low boil with the cover for another hour. When that hour is up, then I'm just gonna do my final taste test, and then I can serve if it's all good. If not, I'll add some more salt. And just keep taste testing and blending until I have my taste where I want it to be. Look how clean that juice looks. Not fatty or greasy at all. Perfect. Now, wasn't that super easy? The first hour to cook the meat, the second hour for seasoning, and the third hour to get the meat and the hominy as tender as you want it. 3 simple steps. 3 hours covered on a slow boil always gets the meat right where I want it. It's not tough and it's not mushy. It's just right. The menudo doesn't have to be super authentic in order to be good. I mean, this is what works for my schedule, and it is so yummy. I mean, I can't complain. It is just so good. So I really urge you to make it. Remember, menudo freezes really well. So if you make a big batch now, you can have some later. Just split it in half in 2 separate containers and then stick one in the freezer. Now, typically menudo is garnished with diced onion, raw onion, some jalapenos, and some cilantro. You can even use lemon or lime. but I like to use lemon or lime, either one, whichever one is available at the time, some cilantro, and diced avocado in it. I love avocado in my menudo for some reason. And now would be the perfect time to have some El Bolillo flour tortillas. Oh, they're so good. They have that buttery taste to them, kind of like Gochujang Mama's fresh tortillas when she makes the super soft tortillas. Yes, those would go perfectly right now too. Enjoy! I know I will, and I hope you learned something new today that you didn't know yesterday. Toodles! This has been Mama Bear with a Daily Dash of Life. And as always, don't forget to spice up yours. May God bless you. Thanks for watching. To subscribe, click my watermark and click any video icon for more videos or to start a playlist. Check out bonus footage at Instagram and Twitter at A Daily Dash of Life. Toodles!